Kuala Lumpur, the political heart of Southeast Asia, is buzzing once again. Nearly 2 dozen world leaders have landed in Malaysia's capital for one of the year's most consequential diplomatic gatherings, the 47th ASEAN Summit. But this year's summit is not just another gathering. It is a stage where Donald Trump, trade wars, and border conflicts collide. What is ASEAN? The Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, brings together 10 member states: Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. It is home to 78 million people and a combined GDP of $3.9 trillion. And this year marks a milestone. ASEAN officially welcomes its 11th member, East Timor, a small but resilient nation that gained independence from Indonesia in 2002. Who is in attendance? The Kuala Lumpur summit is hosting some of the world's biggest names. From the United States, President Donald Trump; from China, Premier Li Qiang; Anthony Albanese from Australia; Sanai Takaichi, Japan's new Prime Minister; Lee Ji-myung from South Korea; and Christopher Luxon from New Zealand. Representing Russia is Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak, while India's Narendra Modi joins virtually. Even beyond even beyond Asia, global figures like Lula da Silva, Mark Carney, and Cyril Ramaphosa are in the attendance, alongside the heads of World Bank, IMF, ILO, and even FIFA. In short, Kuala Lumpur has become the world's diplomatic center for 3 days. A fragile peace, Cambodia and Thailand. One of the summit's headline events, a peace deal between Cambodia and Thailand to end their deadly border conflict. The dispute reignited in July, killing dozens and displacing thousands. Now, under the mediation of Malaysia, China, and US, both sides are ready to sign a peace pact, with Donald Trump and Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim presiding. But critics warn this may be more of a photo op than a virtue resolution. Violations continue along the borders and key demarcation issues remain unresolved. Musa Chua, president of Khmer Movement for Democracy, calls it a economic blackmail, trading peace for trade benefits rather than justice or sovereignty. Trade wars and tariffs. But what is the real tension? It is economic. Trump's Liberation Day tariffs, launched earlier this year, are hitting ASEAN hard. US tariffs now range from 10 to 20% for most countries. 25% are Brunei and staggering 40% of Laos and Myanmar. China retaliated by restricting rare earth exports, vital for global technology manufacturing. Marco Foster, a regional analyst, told Al Jazeera, everyone will try to get in the room with Trump's to negotiate their deal because in today's world, trade talks are the new battleground. Myanmar, the absent chair. One chair at the summit remains empty, that is of Myanmar's. Since the 2021 COP, Myanmar has been engulfed in civil war. ASEAN's 5-point consensus calling for peace and dialogue has failed to produce results. As a result, Myanmar is not invalid and its turn as ASEAN chair will instead pass to the Philippines next year. Charlie Santiago, co-chair of ASEAN Parliamentarians for Human Rights, says Myanmar has become a destabilizing factor, spreading drugs, weapons, and refugees across the region. But even he doubts ASEAN will take real action. In his words, the summit will be a major photo opportunity, but nothing much will happen. ASEAN's limitations. So, why does ASEAN often struggle to act decisively? The answer lies in its very design. Unlike the European Union's, ASEAN has no enforcement mechanism. It cannot force members to obey collective decisions. Marco Foster explains ASEAN was born out of independence movements. It will never accept a structure that limits national sovereignty. In short, the nation state remains supreme even within ASEAN. From Trump's tariffs to regional peace deals, from Cambodian border to Myanmar's chaos, the 2025 ASEAN Summit is a mirror of our times. A world caught between cooperation and confrontation, between sovereignty and solidarity, between diplomacy and display, as leaders pose for their group photo under the bright bright lights of Kuala Lumpur. One question echoes beyond the summit hall. Can ASEAN ever move from words to action, from meetings to meanings? This is our channel, and if you found this story insightful, don't forget to like, subscribe, share for more deep dives in global politics. Jazakallah.